Hi, my name is Debbie Rivers and I'm a relationship coach, but I'm also the founder of Dare2Date. And I want to talk to you about Dare2Date, what I do, why I do it, and also answer some frequently asked questions. Now, Dare2Date nowadays is a mix of I run events where you can meet people face to face. I also have online courses. I help people be successful in their dating life and in their relationships. So, what I did, the business evolved because I found it was one thing to introduce people, another thing for people to have the skills to be successful, but also the skills to be successful in their relationships. So, I love working with people to coach them, but I still love running the events where you can meet in real life. Now, I started Dare2Date 4 years after leaving a 21-year marriage. Now, what I found is the dating landscape had significantly changed since I was last single, in my teens. And I wanted to give a way that people could meet in the real world. And I had gone, I started off basically with speed dating events because I'd gone to a speed dating event and I loved it. I loved how you could have a conversation with someone you might not otherwise meet. And if the conversation was good and you both said yes to each other, you'd get their contact details. Now, I've still got friends that I met at those speed dating events that I went that have lasted for ages. And I honestly love the concept, which is why, 4 years later, I started a speed dating business because I wanted to give people a way that they could meet people just like themselves. And I know nowadays, it was really different when I was single back in 2007, but more so now. And, people are so much on their phone and, dating is such a different world in one sense, but it's still the same. You still need the skills to talk to someone. You still want to genuinely meet someone, which is why I love running the events that I do. And it's been over a decade of events. And, people often ask me why I started Dare2Date. And nowadays I say insanity because I'm not sure if I'd have known the challenges I'd face, whether I would have started the business. Over the years, it's tough. Single people have very high expectations of coming to one event. I often, as a business owner, go to business networking, and I couldn't imagine putting the same expectations on those events. Thinking that someone's going to be my customer or someone's going to collaborate with me and they're going to be the only person and I have to meet the right person at one event. It's a lot of pressure, and I find the more pressure people put on themselves or the more expectations they have on a particular event, they don't do as well, because they don't come across as their genuine self. Or, maybe they come across like an interviewer and no one likes to be interviewed. I asked my partner what advice he would give people coming to my events, and he goes, loosen up and enjoy yourself. And I would agree. Sometimes people are so uptight about not wasting time or not getting it wrong that they don't loosen up. They don't show their best self. They don't just relax and enjoy meeting people for people's sake. And honestly, singles are people just like anyone else. So events work, and I've had countless success rates over the years. Success rates, success stories. And my motto is, and it's very different to most businesses, I don't want repeat business. I want you to come. I want you to find someone who makes you happy. So I want no repeat business for all the right reasons. And I know early on I would run an event and, when people would email me disappointed that they hadn't met someone, I would feel really sad and really, I don't know, like, what can I do to help them? What can I do to get them success? And I still feel that sadness now. I see people come and they look around and disappointed that they don't find the person that they want. And I feel that pain for them because I know that finding the right person, I know firsthand finding the right person makes your life better, makes you happier. And I honestly want that for you. And like I say, one of the biggest reasons that I went down the whole coaching road and done significant training over the last decade is to help people get success, you know. And sometimes I toss up thinking, how can I run events differently? Could I coach everyone first and then they come to events? Could I run a series of events for a month where you meet people that would work better? But at the moment, people are coming to events and there's, like I say, there's lots of success stories, but trying to make a decision in 5 minutes can often be too quick. Now, I know so many stories, including my own, that if I'd have met my partner at speed dating, it would have been a no because I just didn't have enough time to see who they really are. And, you know, I know that people are nervous when they come to events. And when we're nervous, we don't show the best side of ourselves. You know, successful businessmen often will come to a singles event and they're not the person they are outside. And, you know, again, I feel privileged because I get to meet so many wonderful single people and I see people missing out on them because they're making snap decisions, trying not to waste time. So I still recommend coming along to an event, but come along, loosen up, come along, have fun. People meet wonderful people. But you know what? It is random people. We're on the internet, say if it's speed dating, you get 10 to 15 men, 10 to 15 women, randomly who books in on that night. Some of events you go, oh my God, there are so many amazing singles. Others, people don't connect. It's kind of just depends on the night. It depends on who comes. And, you know, it's not always rejection when people aren't a match because sometimes people, they're just not your cup of tea. We all connect with some people and not others. Doesn't mean they're not good people. And it does, it is a lot more superficial than online dating. Unfortunately, online dating, people just have a picture that they get to choose from and they don't have enough information. And a lot of the pictures aren't great, so people will say no. At least when you come to an event, you get to see who people look like beyond a two-dimensional picture. You also get to feel their vibe, their energy, who they are when you talk to people. And what I would say is, it's not the best looking people that are most successful at speed dating events. It's the people who are confident. It's the people that are warm, friendly, kind that are more successful because it allows you to get beyond the superficial. Now, yeah, you're going to get some superficial people there, and I find what men do. Men, well, men and women do. Some people are more superficial than others. As a rule, men fall in love with their eyes, women fall in love with their ears. So guys can go a long way with a great conversation to win women over, right? So events allow you to do that, allow you the ability to chat to someone and they get to see who you are. As long as you don't fall into the common tricks, you know, guy traps, not tricks. Guys fall into the trap of thinking they need to talk enough to win a girl over. The flip side is that they need to be interested enough in someone and it needs to be a real conversation where you're interested in the other person and being yourself. Now, one of the misconceptions people will often say is, do we pay anyone to come to events? Do we, do we try and make people feel better? Absolutely not. You know, that would backfire to the nth degree. Everyone that comes to the events, generally, to the best of my knowledge, you know, unless they've got an ulterior motive, come because they want to come to an event, right? There will be the times, like speed dating is a really interesting proposition. Say it relies on 12 men, 12 women, equal numbers, right? And people cancel very last minute. I often think I need to be a magician, and the stress of running singles events is a lot higher than other events, right? And one of the reasons for that is You try and get this equal numbers. I've had times when no one's cancelled. I've had times where I've had 10 people get sick on the day, 5 women, how many men? And it really is difficult. I have to find a way to replace them. How do I do that? I often will replace them with someone that was sick at another event and couldn't make it, so I contact them. Sometimes there's a waiting list where people are paid to be on it. Other times there are people that have come to events a few times and I ask them to fill in. Always genuinely single people who want to meet someone else. It's just the nature of the events. So I've actually talked for well over 10 minutes and I still haven't finished what I want to say. But if you've got any other questions, please put them in the comments and I'll do some videos on those too. Anyway, thank you so much for listening. My name's Debbie Rivers and I'm a relationship coach. Bye for now.